back to Coffee and Chaos. So, today's going to be a fun one. For those of you that don't know, I'm Alina and I'm your host. And my two co hosts are my two little guinea pigs or interviewers or whatever you want to call them. We
I'm
all
just
know,
here.
yeah,
I'm just here.
we all know Tony.
Fill in.
What's up?
He's a fill in for
I am
today.
feeling.
But today I dragged my poor sister back. She's back.
I got to give you your own walk-in music.
Yeah. Like the WWF right here, WWE walking down the
theme
stage.
music was that?
I literally forced her back. She's even all undercover with her like hat, like
And
No,
Incognito
it's just
over
my hair.
here.
It was
Her hair wasn't herring.
It wasn't
No.
working with me today.
she had a bad hair day. And then of course we have Solomon, our amazing
Hello,
producer.
how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Everybody keeps saying I'm in a mood today. Your sister's like, he needs to shake his
You are.
mood. I'm like,
Yep.
I was just sitting there with
And he
you
was
with my
shaking
arm
his head
around
for
you,
you,
having
so-
fun. So there you go.
All right. Well, Jimmy didn't show up. Kind of miscommunication. Kind of my fault. I'm going to blame it on me. Timing was wrong. But originally it's Tom's fault too because he's the first one that flaked. So
Mm.
Here I am.
Tom
Here I am.
Tom is spreading
A
his
mini Tom.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, flex those muscles. Let's
No.
what's up with
Yeah,
that.
Tom is spreading his wings. I'm about to clip him. Be like, sit your ass down. All right. Well, today let's get into it because it's going to be kind of interesting. We did I posted yesterday on my social media. He posted on his. We got feedback about. I thought I'd try something different and tell people what the topic was going to be, and then see what their opinions
I
are.
posted on mine. The motherfucker, you know what? That feedback for me.
Because
They're probably afraid.
Yeah. They're afraid to see what you were going to respond back.
They just put the clapping emojis.
And half of the people that responded are your friends. She's like,
I need to know what
Yeah.
friends.
So, the main thing I put out there was, and I have to rephrase it because somebody really kind of educated me on that. I said, are you happy by yourself? Can you be happy by yourself? Or does your significant other have to come in and fulfill that and make you happy? And somebody said happiness is just like a moment. It's short term. It's not an all thing. So he said the thing is, are you at peace with yourself? Are you fulfilled?
Fulfilled is the word.
Yeah, before somebody else can come in and
So we changed the word to fulfill.
to fulfill.
I didn't get that memo. Because I was going to start off with, well, what is happy to you? Because it is a short-term emotion.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what you mean happy.
So
was a little
that's what he told me. So I was like, oh, okay.
But then what does he mean by fulfilled? Fulfilling how?
Like, are you at peace with yourself inside? Are you genuinely, do you like the person?
Are you fulfilled?
I think I'm 80% fulfilled.
Really?
Yeah. I'd say 80. I told somebody that last night. Actually, I told our little brother that, and he called me to say, why only 80? But I want your guys' opinion before we go into my
Why?
opinion.
I would love to hear yours.
Well, because my opinion comes from a different place than I think a lot of people's do, and a lot of people
'cause
don't
you
want to
have
hear it.
Rainbows. I want to hear the rainbows.
Just tell her it's because you're the host. That's why.
Oh,
Because what? Because
Oh,
what?
because I'm the host. That's why.
Seriously?
And you're the guest.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
you're the guest, so we want to hear your opinion first.
No, because these are things I don't care about. So I got to hear
What are you eating?
the thing, because so I won't burp. A little minty. So I told you this before. I listen to you guys because I don't do no homework or nothing. I don't
Oh,
really.
yeah.
So I go off of you guys and then I just give you guys what's on my mind because I don't.
All right, then Tony first.
Okay,
Well, that's
okay,
kinda like
okay.
how I
You know
would-
what?
Yeah.
Like myself.
You go, and then I'll go, and then we'll go to her.
Myself, I mean,
No, I interrupt you.
I mean, on the most part, I am a happy person. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm okay with being by myself. Like, I'm okay with just doing my own thing. And I mean, yeah, just doing my own thing and caring about my business. Like, after being in a relationship for 15 years, I mean, and being single for the last, what, 3.5 years.
So were you
I've grown-
fulfilled when you were in a relationship? I told you.
Actually, you know what? I was at the beginning, but then towards the end, I just wasn't. It was just, we just drifted away.
Do you feel more fulfilled now?
I do now. Like, you know what I mean? Because I found myself. I figured out what I like, what I don't like, what I like to do, what I don't like to do. And
good for
you. Know what I mean?
you.
And I'm carrying that on. Like, you know what I mean? As far as like, into my next relationship. And hey, you know what? This is what I like. This is what I don't like.
You have a voice now.
Yeah, you know what I
You're
mean.
finding out who you
Yeah,
are.
my opinion actually does matter now. You know what I mean.
Yeah. And
I
that's
carried that
huge.
so long before,
That's
where it's just
terrible. Your opinion didn't count before.
yeah, no, it did not. I'm being honest. Yeah. No matter what I say
He's
or
like,
what
I
I
paid
did.
the bills, but that's
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
it. That was my only voice.
But and so I think what you saying you like, you like, you don't like being fulfilled is you're able to actually just be home and be alone and not have what people call FOMO, the
Right.
fear of
Oh
missing
no,
out.
not at
Like you're
all.
able to, or you're able to go with your guys and you don't need a woman in every moment by your
Right.
side
That
and
was just
watch
this past
baseball.
weekend.
That's
We
what you
went
did.
to spring training in Arizona. Just me and my two guys. Shout out to Bobby and Todd. But yeah, we went out there, had a good time. I didn't need somebody else to be there with me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I want to experience. Of course you want to, but you know what I mean? I'm okay with
But
that.
you did have somebody. You had your bros with you.
Right. But I mean,
Hey,
as
they
far as
count,
like
man. They count.
oh no,
Friends
absolutely.
count.
Oh,
Oh,
they do.
absolutely.
They
Yeah, they
do.
count.
They
I
do.
don't even know where I would be without those two.
Yeah, I don't know
Especially
who
those
they
two.
are. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
like that's just as important, even if you don't have like a female, when you have that companionship.
Oh yeah, no,
Like, you know
absolutely.
what I mean?
Going out
Like,
and
so you're
those
not
two.
alone
Yeah.
because you are fulfilled because they fulfill you.
True.
Yeah, that is
Do
true.
they?
I didn't even think of see. Now I see what she's talking
Yeah.
about. She needs to be able to
But yeah.
hear what we say and she can give us the feedback.
So
Okay,
everybody
Yoda.
So everybody was saying the genuine response that I thought people would say. Oh, you need to be happy alone. You need to be happy alone. Everybody said that. Two women I feel were actually very vulnerable and honest. And one of them said, I was happy for the most part when I met my husband, and I'm happy with my husband. But when my husband's not happy, I'm not happy. When we're not happy with each other, I'm not happy. And she said, I feel like we now complete each other and we make each other happy. And I thought, she's being honest, like where everyone feels you're always supposed to be happy by yourself. No one else should make you happy. Another girl said, and it kind of made me teary eyed a little bit because my heart hurt for her. And she's one of my friends. And she said, when I met my husband, I was sad and depressed and I was filled with relationship with lies. And my husband came and healed me and made me happy. And today I'm happy with him for him. And I thought, at least she's being honest. Like she was really, this is who made me happy and I'm happy. And that's good. But then I wonder if you guys got divorced or God forbid he passed away, where would you be at that point then?
That's where I would say you would call that like, well, I don't mean to be respectful to your friend, but it'd be kind of like that that was kind of like
Speak up a little bit.
like the codependency, like as far as like when it comes to that being happy.
Yeah.
You know what I
But
mean?
not all
Disagree.
people.
You
Disagree, yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you, there could be two after. It depends on how they break up, and one, like, if it depends on how they break up.
Yeah.
Like, just because she started off one way, and he brought her, like, to another, like, she could take on from there on because
Yeah.
now she maybe sometimes girls, a lot of girls don't see what their worth is until someone shows
Shows
them
them.
what their worth is. And then they get reassured and be like, oh, I know what I am. So then even when the guy who showed them decides to
Leave.
leave, like, I got this because now I know. I just needed to be shown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
and then there's some stupid bitches that they just like, they're like, they go back to being a stupid bitch. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, like, but so, like, that's where, like, but if he died or something, then that's different. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like you said, both. So I'm just saying.
I feel like in order for people to be fulfilled, happy, at peace, for someone to say, even me, like, I didn't get there by myself. I didn't wake up and just say, oh, I'm going to save myself. I'm going to be happy by myself. For me, it took a lot. And you and I spoke about this earlier. Our grandfather, from the time we came out of the womb, he preached and preached and preached our faith. We believe Jesus. And as you're younger, we probably listened to him. But for me, I was like, oh, here goes grandpa with another biblical story,
You're
right?
terrible. You
I,
thought.
I did. Like,
Oh
oh, here
my
goes
The
grandpa.
truth
with
comes
the-
out
you
now.
know?
Oh, that's crazy.
So-
Like the heavens open up. I was like, he's speaking. Oh, I'm not even lying. That's crazy. You thought that about my. That was his favorite. That's crazy.
So, but we had this grandfather who just embedded all this stuff into us. And so I told her, like, when Javier passed and I was sad, I'd always go to my grandpa's and he'd cook for me and I'd sleep. Like, he just healed me. He taught me my faith. He told me don't ever give up. You always pray, you always believe. So for me, I know that my family, my grandparents in Mexico, my grandparents here, that's what saved me, healed me, fulfilled me. I didn't do it on my own. Even my sister doesn't realize, like, as different as we are, as much as we don't hang out or don't talk every day, there's always a piece of me that knows I'm not alone. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Even when we're not talking because I'm always pissing her off when we're fighting, if I call
I
her,
like how you said you're always pissing her
oh,
off.
I am. I'm
I
all
was
like,
surprised. Like, wait, what? She's trying to get me to come back.
I know I could still call her. So I know for me, I'm not alone. You don't heal alone. So maybe I didn't have a man come into my life and heal me and give me my fulfillment, but my family has. That's what healed me. And I know for me, starting at 8 years old, the monster that created my struggles in life, even though that happened, the rest of the people around me, including my children. So I know that this was mainly like, do you find fulfillment within yourself or do you need a significant other? Maybe I don't need a significant other because my family, believe it or not, is so great. As much as we do fight, no families are perfect. But my children have also healed me. My children have also fulfilled the ugliness that I've had. And as I get older and I get more mature and I realize that now, where I'm at today is my faith. Where I'm at today is my family, is my kids, is, and I told her earlier, without one of us, it doesn't work. So on the Sundays that we're there, like her son BJ didn't come last Sunday, and it wasn't the same. And not,
You could tell a difference.
and it's not even like BJ talks. He
Yeah.
just
It's just
has
his presence.
yeah,
My
like
kids don't talk. They're not.
yeah, he's just, he's there because we'll be saying something and then he'll say one word and we're like, BJ,
It's
like
an
He can
asshole.
speak.
yeah. So for all of us, for me, my peace, my healthiness, my forgiveness comes from all of that. And I know everyone's like, "Oh, Lena, you're so strong." Not really. I'm strong because I have all these people behind me supporting me.
Right.
Even when I get down on myself and I'll call her, well, this or that, she's like, "You're dumb. You're dumb. Like, you're not this or you're not that. Like, what's wrong?" And sometimes I just need her to pump me up. You know what I mean? And that's where I get my strength back from. So I feel like when people say, "Oh, you have to be happy by yourself. Oh, you have to," can you be happy by yourself?
I mean, I am.
You mean like our people?
Are people
Oh.
genuinely happy by themselves?
So, wait, you're happy by yourself
I'm
now?
right now, like, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I mean, don't get me wrong. When I do meet that person,
Yeah.
I want them to add to it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And just vice versa.
But when you separated from your wife,
I was no, okay.
were you excited?
Yeah.
You're like, damn, this bitch is gone.
No, like,
No, I don't know who she is.
no, like I said, like I was genuinely happy, but I do miss certain aspects where it's like, damn, miss coming home to like a family, like you know what I mean, and walking in.
You
with
were
my
done
kids.
with her before you left.
Mentally, yes.
You were done with her. Oh, that's
Yeah.
why you didn't give a fuck when you were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you just started building you.
Yeah.
When you build you, who was building with you? Or were you self healing yourself?
I was self healing myself. Like I
You
didn't.
know, I
really
think
go-
your sisters helped, your mom's
Well, yeah, because
helped.
I reconnected
Yeah.
with my family with
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right?
I,
So
yeah.
So that, I mean, that.
I was spending a lot more time going down there, making the effort to go see my mom and my sister.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I say we don't realize we're doing this alone, but really, if you didn't have your sisters and your mom, where would you be right now? Like without them having a
You probably would
moment.
have got there, just probably took
Just
a
do a
little
little bit
bit longer.
longer.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I think a lot of people, especially with social media, they always like, oh, it's you're all alone, or it's just you, and you just got to make sure you're okay. This is a very selfish area. Like, but if you think about it, I don't know. I know for a fact for me, I'm pretty up there, strong ass person, and I remember one time, old fucking best friend was like, "You think that's a facade, like right? Easy facade, like
Think,
right?
think what
Easy,
about
Yoda.
About like about like being like a strong person. You know
Oh,
what I
okay.
mean? I was like, what this bitch? Anyways, but at the at the end of the day, like no, I think like it's not a facade. I think I am strong, but do I have weak moments? Yeah, and I think and I don't need what other people do because I am a strong person. So I don't need like even now I like I said it I'm gonna fake it till I make it. Right now I'm not doing well at all. Like I got too many people dying on me right now. I got a lot going on. Like, but I'm gonna fake it until I get there.
You're not
So
giving up.
yeah, like so. But I do my like bullshit that I don't really like. I'm here today. Like I told you, I needed. I told you right. Like leave me alone. I don't want to. Like I don't like. I
Good.
can't deal with you, Alina, right now. Like you know what I mean. Like I did. Like I need my space. Like I'm not okay. You know what I mean. Like
Right.
and then and I don't like hurting my sister because she don't like hearing stuff like that. You know what I mean. Like but but I do like I'll text my homegirl every morning, like the one that lost, her son, like "Good morning sneaks," like you know
Yeah.
what I mean. Like
Yeah.
I text my homie, like I fake it until like oh okay, like and I get happy off people when I do something for
For them.
them,
Yeah.
like me, like that's what I get happy for, like so I like to like the weirdest like, but that's because I get real personal with the people I know, so like Sniper, like I fucking make sure he gets a sharp ass penalty. His birthday's coming up, this Friday. I make sure he feels G'd up, like so because
Right.
he puts it on and he's like, my homegirl scared me, she wants to make sure, you know what I mean? Like I know my homegirl sneaks, like every morning I'm sure when she wakes up, she don't, you know what I mean? Like,
She lost her
yeah,
son how long ago, sis?
like not that long ago,
And
like
in a very
terrible way.
Horrific way.
So I'm
yeah.
sure, you know what I mean? Like, hey, good morning, sunshine, you know what I mean? Like, like I do get happy like on like the littlest things, like when I'm not like my best friend hit me up, like she knew I wasn't doing well. She was like, come over here, like, and I was like, man, this bitch, like, but I did, like, you know what I mean? And I needed that, you know what I mean? Like, so I do like happiness, fulfillment, like I do get fulfilled through other people. Like, so I don't like, I'm not saying I'm unfulfilled, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, I think that's where people like you give something to something and they feel like you took it away. Like, so just because you fulfill me, you make me happy or whatever, doesn't mean that I'm left a hole or when you're gone or after the task is done, whatever the
Right.
case may be. Like Carmina texted me this morning, like she got an apartment. She needs to come up with a deposit. You know what I mean? Like don't worry. Like, hey, I gotta do this. Let me see what we could figure out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you and your kids,
You're
that
not by yourself.
yeah, because that's the one that was the fire,
The
like
fire her
yeah, like, I'm
burned
telling you,
down.
like, you would think, or maybe I thought, or how they would say it when you get in a better life or you have, like, a job or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, but, like, nah, because that's where you came from, so that's still happening, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, so fulfillment, like and I know I was there, like, you know what I mean? So, like, I know how much like I obviously it meant everything in the world to me because to this day it means everything in the world for me to give back to the ones who did it for me. Like I know like Carmina, I had postpartum. She helped me, you know what I mean? Like when Fatboy was still alive, like I was like, I'm done with this kid. You know? He was barely born.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, so I'm just saying, like, fulfill it just depends on how you look at it, like, or what you expect out of happiness or fulfillment or your significant other. I would like that. That's the whole point of you being my significant other is to
Pick me
make
up.
me, yeah, like,
Yeah.
right? Is to carry me or make me feel better or shit. I don't know, bullshit with me, make me laugh. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Like, am I gonna be depressed the moment you leave or no, but that's the whole point. You supposed to bring something to the table on
Yeah.
significant others. If you're not bringing it to the table, then what are you here for? Why?
Right.
Why are you
Yeah.
here? Get out of here.
Well, and that's why when I got all the responses of everybody except for the two people, you have to make yourself happy. You have to make yourself happy. I don't necessarily believe that.
But what does that mean? Make yourself happy.
That's what I'm saying is for me, nobody's ever alone, right? So there's somebody that's adding to your life
There
one
is
way or
people that
another.
are alone, sis.
Completely alone?
Yep.
There is people,
Yeah,
and then
you're
what's
right. But
sad?
I'm talking about people we know.
Sometimes they alone because like I mean I be alone like on some of my shit like I gotta figure it out for
But I'm
myself.
saying
Right.
You know what I
you're
mean?
not alone overall though. You have moments of being alone, but you're still
But there is people that are alone, and maybe and some of those people are alone is because I feel like people lie and they don't or they get embarrassed or
yeah.
whatever the case may
Yeah.
be, and that's why they feel alone because they don't have a person that they didn't have those people,
Yeah.
family or not family. You know what I mean? Like because not all my I have a good family. I'm not knocking the family, but I have other people too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
Like so and they're embarrassed and they don't know how to talk or they don't want to be judged or they don't want to like
And I feel you said it earlier, we come from a selfish era right now, so people feel like they can't tell you their problems or they can't open
Well,
up.
it's worse because
because-
you look it on the cell and they tell you like they make you believe that shit. Like who's buying this shit? But people are really buying it.
On
You know, what I mean?
social media,
They
yeah.
definitely are buying that. Like, oh, it's just me in this world, and that's all I gotta care about, and nobody cares about it. I came in this world, I'm gonna die by myself. Like, dude, you got a whole life in the middle.
Yeah.
You
Right.
got a whole life in the middle. That's what counts.
Yeah.
You being born, the day you die, that shit don't count.
That's what
It's
I'm saying.
everything in the middle.
There's some people, I don't really know too many people that are completely alone because the people I know either have kids or friends or family. I'm not saying out in the world in general. Yes, there are people that are alone that are
No, I
struggling.
know a lot of people are alone.
But I don't really know too many people that are fully alone. And what I
But
mean,
see, but you don't. That's the thing, though. Like, you don't really know. I mean, I could say that I have family and I have people surrounding me, but then,
You're still alone.
yeah, I'm still alone.
You could
know
be
what I mean?
alone, Lena.
I mean,
yes.
those are those, and those are
But
those
that's
people
not
that,
how-
that
yeah.
are kind of like shut out everybody.
But
shut
that's
down
my
and just
question is,
like-
but why? Why not? I guess for
But that's
me,
where your sister talks about is being embarrassed. And
Oh, yeah,
not,
yeah,
Or like not
you know,
even
or
just
the
being
pride.
embarrassed. Like, okay, we could be. Don't get mad at me. Like,
Oh, here we
like,
go.
Here we
no. Like my sister. Like I shut her down when I have real problems because she's rainbows and sunshine, and she doesn't. She'll never understand like on my stuff. Like and me as her sister, I don't ever want to. I don't want to ever
Be a burden.
make her lose her rainbow, her sunshine. So like. Bitch, you're too happy for me. I can't do this with you. I gotta fucking. I
Yeah, I
gotta
was
focus
getting
on
all
me.
sentimental right now. And then she turned it around real quick.
No, like I'm just saying,
because
like
she lives
there's
a lifestyle that I know a part of.
Mhm.
She's allowed me when we were younger. I was a part of it, but my sister always said, "You could come in an inch, but this really ain't you." So anytime I thought I was going to go further, she pushed me out. Does
Right.
that make sense? She
No, I know
didn't
that.
want me to see what she was really doing or how she was really running, all that stuff. So I don't know that part of her life and what she's gone through and how she feels. I do know, as much as I do have rainbows, as she says, I've always worried about her. I've always prayed about her. I've always run every time she's called for whatever reason because I want to save my sister. I want her life to be perfect and happy like mine,
yeah,
as she says. But I've realized we're different people and we see things different ways and we
Yeah.
have different life experiences. And we are mentally different, like
Yeah.
schizophrenia runs on my dad's side of the family. And I always have to be well aware because when I was younger, I thought I was bipolar. Like,
yeah.
she'll tell you I was so dramatic and I was all over the place and it got to a point where I was like, stop. Think about your actions before you do them. Slow your mind down, where my sister's mind's different than mine. We're just different
Like I
people in
definitely
general.
need meds, but I don't believe in them.
Well,
I definitely need meds.
I think there's moments I do too. Like I do have to say stop. Slow down. Stop. Like I told you this morning, I called Seth and asked him a question. Oh, he asked me a question and I was like, da-da-da, and he's like, dude, calm down.
Again, because
Like,
it's white.
take it. He's like, take a deep breath. Like I asked you one question and you spat out 3 different things. But again, that's how my mind, it
Yeah.
just, it goes. And I do have to be self-aware, breathe, slow down, And so I
Yeah.
think we're different. And as much as I've always wanted to love her and protect her, she was also the same way because I wanted to be a part of her life. I wanted to be a thug. I wanted to date gangsters. I wanted to be what they were like. And she was like, girl, you really don't know what this life is about. Like you can't
Take your rainbow ass that way.
Rainbows are all to the right. Get out of here. No.
So I think she's right. And I've learned more so now that just because my sister says I need a break doesn't mean she doesn't love me.
Right.
Because I used to take
you
it personal.
all wrong.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
And you know what? And that not only goes for like family, it just goes for friends too as well. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yes.
And I just recently went through that with a friend of mine, and I was like, damn, why you shut me out? Like,
Yeah.
we talk like every day. You know what I mean? And it's like,
We
oh,
don't
all of a sudden,
really-
like, boom, it just stops. But then that person was like, oh, I'm in this mood right now.
Yeah.
And I need to shut down.
Because you
know
could
what I mean?
stick around and be like, so I know I could tear a friend up. Like if I'm going through something, I could really fucking be an ugly ass person to you if you choose to. I could be an ugly ass sister. Like, you know what I mean? Like everything about her could make me angry. You know what I mean? What'd you wake up smiling for? Bitch? What the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then what? That takes a toll on a person. I've
Right.
learned that. You know what I mean? Like, so sometimes you have to like. So I get what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
about being
And I just told that friend, I was like, okay, you know what? I understand. I'll take that step back
Yeah.
yeah.
and I'll give you your space. And I'm
Yeah.
not going to contact you until you contact me. And I'll be like, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's that. And that's in a respectful way.
But
You know
then
what I
that's
mean?
how you get to know your friend too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, like, cause not all friends are like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody's like,
And and that friend, I'm like, I'm always wanting to make sure like they're good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
Do you
hold
think
certain
that heals
people.
you and
yeah.
heals you by doing for others and healing others that also heals you? Because I know for me, doing for my nieces, my niece, my nephews, and my kids, it heals the part of me that I never got. I want them to love each other. I want them to be happy, like she says, rainbows. I want them to know that they're loved because I feel like what I
Well,
missed
yeah.
out,
For
what
me,
I didn't,
yes. Like
it
I
heals
get
me.
I get a little bit of a, like you said, like a little healing stage where it's like, I got you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Like let's see what we can do. Let's see how we can fix it
okay,
for
so for
you.
me, no.
Leave me the fuck
For
alone.
real.
No, it doesn't heal me. I don't think it doesn't
I
heal
just
me.
because I want all my friends to be happy.
Yeah,
and be
no,
good.
but I like to see that I know it heals them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know that the people that are in my life or I'm in their life, they know there's no question about like I'm never alone because I have her. She's a phone call away. Like so I like that they have that because now you don't have a void. Because
Yeah.
you know that. But does it heal me? I don't think anything can heal me.
I know. I think so. I think
I
Grandpa
call
would
it bullshit.
yeah, absolutely. I think Grandpa would argue. I feel like my rainbows come from so my torment, I will say, started at 8 years old, right? And everything in there. I think naturally I was a happy born child, and then life happens, right?
Mhm.
But I got to a point, and I got to my faith where I said I'm no longer going to allow that monster to regulate my days, because I really went through life blaming everything on what happened to me, right? Well, this happened to me, so I'm in this. And now I have a daily fight with when I wake up, and I wake up in a bad mood, every now and then. And I say,
What?
Go back to sleep.
Yeah,
well,
yeah. Try it again.
what I
That's what I
do
believe
is
in.
I say, nah, you ain't winning, Satan, not today. Like I'm not. And I tell people, I tell him to go F himself every day. You're not going to take over. You're not going to seep in because I know he tries. I know 2 or 3 years ago he tried to get my son, and I fought that man every day and said, "You ain't getting him. That's mine. That's God already claimed him." So it's not that I wake up with rainbows every day. It's just I know for me, I won't allow the original monster, and I won't allow the devil to win who I am. I am God's child, and He expects me to be happy. He expects me to love my family. He expects me to love her through everything that we've been through, no matter what. The boys, my daughter, like, and that's another thing. Having my daughter at 16, if I didn't have her at 16, I would not be who I am today. Because that girl, as soon as I started to be, I would joke and say I probably would be a stripper on a pole like Cardi B. I really think if I didn't have Lorraine
We're
at
at
16,
okay.
like people think it like I'm not like I'm serious. Like my life could have went different ways, but having a daughter, knowing a monster will never touch her, changed my life completely. So it's not that I have rainbows every day. I just
Why
for
are you
me,
taking like it was a bad thing? I'm just saying you have
no, I don't
rainbows.
think it's a bad thing. But
But
at all, I
you're
don't
just
think I
you
think
just
it's a
wanted to make
compliment.
sure you didn't
That-
have rainbows every day. You wanted to make sure you said that.
Yeah, because it's not rainbows every day. I just know I have to try to make, like you said, fake it till you break it, or what did you say?
Fake it till you
Make
Fake
make
it till
it.
you
it.
make it.
Oh my god.
So
Till
that's
you
how
break
I
it.
feel like. But the one thing I am is I do have bad days. I am real. I call her because I cannot make myself completely happy. I need everybody that makes me happy
But that's just it.
around me.
Nobody's perfectly happy.
Mm.
Nobody is. You know what I
No.
mean?
So
I
It
have
sounds
my
good.
moments.
It sounds good that the people say, no, you
Yeah.
gotta be happy all by yourself. And yeah, no, I don't know. I'm just different than you. I'm friends with my demons. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm
What
not
up?
friends.
Go
Don't
ahead.
wait.
I
Don't
Yes,
call him
take a
here.
seat. Let-
What did you say, Solomon?
Don't call him in the studio now.
Yeah.
I don't need him
My
staying here
demons.
when you leave.
I am not.
Set up that other microphone over
I
there.
am
No,
not
okay.
sure. I know we have a date. I know that eventually you're gonna win, buddy. Don't trip. Like,
Nope.
I got you.
See,
But-
when I
but
read
it's
the
in
book,
between-
you don't win. He doesn't win. Like your demons will never
no,
win.
that's you though.
Very true. Yes.
That's you. No, I know.
So
I
if
don't-
Grandpa Rudy
I don't lie
was
to
here,
myself.
you would
I'm not
say
saying
that.
you lie to yourself. I'm just saying for me and my
Yeah.
situation, I don't lie to myself. I know exactly that my demons are my friends.
Yeah. I'm all scared. I'm like, I ain't even gonna touch that.
Let us pray.
Yeah. Where's the heaven opens up? What did you say with my grandpa?
The doors are open.
Yeah, if my grandpa was right here, she'd be like,
Like,
help
that
me.
was fine.
But
That's crazy you chalked them off like that. That's
I was
terrible.
young. You know what I mean? It was like, here goes another
I was
Bible
younger
story.
and I was like, this guy knows. I'm gonna follow him. Yeah, that's crazy. That makes me want to slap the shit out of him. That's crazy. Did that to my grandpa? That's crazy. Who does that? Yeah.
Well, you gotta remember, I was like around him, even though you and the other ones were his favorite. I didn't take
Just
it
me.
personal.
I was just the only favorite. Don't add others. It was me. It
I was
just
around
me.
him so much, because she was with her dad a lot too.
Right.
And it just it was like there was always a Bible story, and I never understood why. Now, obviously, as I
Yeah.
got older, I understood why. And now it all resonates with my life, right? And I get it now. And that's one of my, if I was to have a regret, that would be one of them, that he doesn't get to see what his hard work, where it put me today, that everything you taught us, it's here. It was worth all those stories and all that conversation on Saturday morning.
I don't want to talk about grandpa.
So
No.
see,
Yeah.
yep, she already knows. She's
know.
like, I can't say that
No,
anymore.
but he was different. Like it was funny because he taught us different ways too, right? Like, because you got to know your children. So I don't give a fuck. We were his children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I think one time me and my sister were talking and she said something about my grandpa had told her, like, ask all kinds of questions. You make sure you ask all kinds of questions, right? Like,
Right.
and so she's a person who asks like a gang of fucking questions, like, which as you should, right? But my grandpa didn't teach me that. He taught me to mind my motherfucking own. Like, don't ask questions me.
That was the
you know what
first thing
mean?
I was told before I met her. Gotta make sure she's gonna ask you a bunch of questions.
Yeah, like she's
In the middle of the story, she's
but-
like, "Wait, stop! I needed a
Yeah, like she like, but my grandpa didn't teach me the same thing. But he also seen that I was a different type of person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like through these Bible stories, every story, because my grandpa did a lot of one-on-one with me. He seen work needed to be done, right? So he was like, "Come
Oh,
here, you
child."
you gotta get right here." Like, well, there's a backstory to like why he was so close to me, but yeah, he was always like, and he always he just taught us different ways, like because we had different. I looked at things through a broken glass. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, my sister like she looks at things differently too. You know what I mean? So you got to teach how they're gonna learn.
What did he
right?
always say? I have 6 kids and they're like my fingers. They're all different. So
Yeah.
he loved them all different.
Mhm.
He knew which way to love them. He knew which one needed love more. He knew. But for grandpa, he wasn't happy alone. He wasn't fulfilled alone.
We totally got off the subject.
He
We were. Why are we talking about grandpa? We're supposed to be
But-
There's a
but-
tangent.
significant others.
Yeah. But he, even him, the most biblical man I knew, needed his wife, needed his kids, needed his family
Oh, to
So-
be fulfilled.
to be fulfilled. So when everybody answered instantly, "Oh, you got to be happy alone. You got to be happy alone." It was like everybody answered what they thought was the right answer.
Well, I think there's nothing wrong with being okay with yourself. I think there's a lot of people that could be okay with themselves. I don't know necessarily if they're fulfilled. Maybe they're not giving credit to people or they don't even notice what those people do. Like, right? Like it could be so small. Like I'm telling you, like there's people in my life that they hardly do. They could just say a fucking sentence that makes like a whole way of me changing my perspective on looking at a situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, oh fuck, I've been looking at this shit all wrong. You know what I mean? Like, and then, and you think that but no, they done change your outlook on something that was affecting you in a negative way. And I think there's a lot of people that they think they're alone, or maybe they are, like, but they don't, or they just take for granted the people that are their everydays, right? Like,
Yeah.
like you could take your sister for granted every day. Like, of course she's supposed to be there. That's her fucking job. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Like, or like,
And
hey,
she literally says that.
yeah, like, yeah, I'm always saying what's her job. You know what I mean? It's in the book. It's in the book. Like,
Yet I've yet to figure out what her job is.
Yeah.
As the little sister.
yeah, like, I don't have a job. It's on the little sister. Like, but I'm just saying, like, so I don't like fulfillment. There's some people who could be, well, but I don't know if it comes with fulfillment. Comes with happiness.
No, and I'll tell you why.
Boom. There you go.
Okay. All right. I think that's what we figured out, right? Fulfillment doesn't necessarily mean happiness. Happiness is a state It's almost like a mythical thing of something that you want to be, but nobody can be continually happy. I think we all know that. But if you really think about what fulfillment is, it's about being satisfied and having a balance with your purpose, with the things that you've committed to, right? So, I've always talked about you guys see me have life. Life starts like this, and as we live, we narrow it down because that's what we do. Our obligations narrow life down for us. So, as we narrow those down and we start to commit ourselves to different points of our life, for Alina, it's her family. For people who are alone, it could just be hobbies. It could be their job. It could be whatever it is they love to do. If you get balance and a sense of satisfaction from that, then you do have fulfillment. Even when things are going bad, even when you got to change diapers in the middle of the night, even when you got to argue with your kids, that's all still part of that fulfillment of life because it's giving you a sense of purpose. So I think that's really where we need to focus on
But it
thinking
doesn't make you
about
happy.
fulfillment. No, it doesn't necessarily have to make you happy. You're right.
Yeah.
But it just makes you have a sense of balance and purpose in life.
Yeah, but that sucks. I don't know. He said kids. I think you ruined it when it comes to kids. Fuck them.
Well, kids are a huge part of people's fulfillment, though.
Yeah, I
It
know
is.
some people.
Some people
Not
it is,
mine.
not all people.
That's all right. You're not fulfilling me, buddies. Can't wait till they're gone.
Yeah,
Dear
but
Lord.
something's fulfilling you.
Like, oh my Lord. Those little see, and the thing is, I literally feel like her kids, like they're so cute. Like I love them all.
It's
Like,
like they get on my nerves.
yeah.
No, hey, you know what's it's crazy? Like you go through different stages, right? So like right now, I'm going through the stage where they're their own people, and we talk as people. Now you're talking to me as we're equal. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of cool.
It
Because
is.
now you don't need to depend on me, and I could have a except for BJ, but like we could talk as people. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like and I do have a lot of conversations with BJ more than Michael. Like as people or just things that we talk about. Like you know what I mean? Like I think that's cool. Like because they're at that age. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where like when they're a kid, it's like you kind of run the show, right? Like
They're still dependent on you.
yeah, you know what I mean? And now that they're getting older, I like that. Like, okay, because my sons are men. Like, we're trying, young men, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
they're figuring out. And I like that. Like, oh, okay, look, let's see how this turns out. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that's all right. But I'd rather be by myself. I'm just saying. I'd rather.
Yeah, you are like
I like being by myself. I don't like being around nobody.
no, because that's not true. And I'm gonna argue that because
About
you
with the
do
kids?
no, not the
Crazy how
kids.
she's always telling me how I'm supposed to feel.
Not the not the
Let me live
kids.
my life.
She's like, no, that's
I
not
don't
true.
let her live her life.
I
Every
mean-
time she starts taking off, I'm like, come. No, I'm saying you like your like Sniper. You like being around Sniper.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
I like to dib and dab, but
Yeah.
I like my space. Like
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
like that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay. And that may be because of the life or whatever. You know, like let me just go in my little box
Yeah.
and everybody just stay away until I'm ready to
Come back out.
yeah, yeah.
Put her foot out just a
yeah,
little bit.
like, oh, okay.
And I get that, and it's weird because people don't know we're sisters, or and then they find out they don't.
I never would have thought seeing you at
We're
the hall.
we're
Yeah, I
so
would- no way.
different, but
We don't look like each other.
no.
That's why.
Yeah.
But growing up, like we were literally sisters, and not that we're not. That's not what I'm saying, but we have our own house and our like we were sisters. Like I couldn't be without her; she couldn't be without me. But we are so different, night and day. And I'll never forget this moment. It was a very tragic moment. We won't talk about the day, but some girl came in to tell you something. She goes, "Oh, I want to tell you something, but your sister can't be here." And my sister looked at her and said, "She's the one person that will always be here. She whatever you got to say, you could say it in front." And the girl felt offended, but I was like, "Yeah, no, say what you got to say in front of my like." So we're never not going to be near each other. But even her and I, like she said earlier, sometimes can't be together. But I'm always going to be there for her,
It's that loyalty.
no matter how much she tries to push.
She
me
can
away.
always have me around her. Like I said,
Yeah.
she's rainbows. It's me because I'm not gonna damage her rainbow. Like I know I'm not in a good place, so then
She
I-
can, and she has damaged my rainbow. But then little Care
But I
Bear
don't
bursts out.
purposely-
It
I don't
bursts out,
purposely-
comes
Starts
right
coming
back.
out.
Yeah.
At least my intentions.
Yeah.
My intentions are like if I know I'm not good, then like I say.
And I
it,
get
you
my
know what
feelings
mean?
hurt. Like I'll call my kids and I'll cry and be like, "Your auntie hurt my feelings," and they listen, but they also know our relationship. But then the next day I'm over it. You know what I mean? I
Right.
just needed that. Like so, I say she has bruised it, or she hasn't damaged it. She's
Yeah.
bruised it. She's dimmed it. But again, I know who I am as God's child and what He's put in me. And I'm always going to be here. I'm always
Oh
going
yeah,
to try to push her to
because that's your job. Yeah.
back
Back
to
to
the
the
job.
job.
Back to her job.
Back to the job.
She's
So-
just reading off the description of what she's supposed to do.
but that's why I say, like, yes, in a relationship wise, you should be at least 80% fulfilled on your own. I always feel that you need to leave a little bit room for your significant other, because if you're 100% fulfilled, then what could he give you? Why is he there then? And for me, I know that I'm 80% fulfilled. And eventually, who, what, where, why, however
But
I
that's
end
why
up.
you don't have a significant other, because you're so fulfilled. I don't think you're worried about a significant other.
No,
Mm.
no.
And ooh, we
Mm.
got
And your fulfillment, I think.
and we didn't even
already
have to
is
press a
with the
button,
kids.
and we heard
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not, because right now, and God willing, it stays that way. Like, everybody's in a good place for the most part. And not that we're out, something always happens, but when you're right, earlier you said it, when Michael drops off his laundry, there I am to take it. You know what I mean?
that's
No,
ridiculous.
no, knowing that I see them and that they're thriving and they're trying and they're not quitting and they're not giving up. All the kids, everything's going. And, you know, for me, that makes me happy, because I feel like I'm
My
giving
sister
them
likes
something.
kids. That's why
Yes, I
she
love.
likes kids.
I should have had
and she-
5.
and she wants to make sure like nothing ever happens to them or nothing bad ever happens to them. And she cuddles them and she cuddles them. Maybe she cuddles them a little bit too much. My kids, because I don't cuddle them for shit. Like, you know what I mean? I don't.
Fuck
Like,
away from me.
like, hey, you gotta pick a role. You're either you're a mom or a dad, and I'm a dad. That's exactly what I am. I'm not exactly a dad because I don't. No matter how good I am at trying to be a dad, I'll never be 100% because I'm not a man. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, so, but that's more so I don't do. My kids lack the cuddling, and they've told me that as they got older. That's why I believe it's always supposed to be two. Because one day my son did say, like, when he met his girlfriend, that she gave him a feeling like being cuddled, like, and he was like, "What is this?" What? And even my kids are very quiet. They're very like no feelings. So like anytime there's an emotion going on, we're all, even me, I'm like, what's going on right now? Some type of way. I don't know. I gotta identify this. You know what I mean? Like, so they're all like, you know what I mean? Like, so he had said it like, so he kind of like, and now he thinks he's a pimp player of the year. I mean, the guy's everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
The
telling
middle
you,
one.
like, but I'm saying my sister, like, that, I think she made that kind of like a quest because of things in her life
Okay.
that made her like, okay, like, I'm gonna save all children and I'm gonna
Yeah.
hold these children and it's funny because I'm the complete opposite. I'm like, no, burn yourself. Go ahead.
Yes.
I'm fucking
So
watch.
you learn.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna
you
watch
learn.
and be like, I fucking told you. Oh, I did it.
This
That's
one's probably
right.
like, no,
'Cause
don't
you
do
did
it.
Oh, I
Stop
know.
it.
Yeah, no, I'll be
I
like,
told
go ahead.
you.
You know what I mean? Like, but that's because there are different ways of like,
And
yeah.
but I also think, like, I'm that way because my grandma in Mexico and my grandpa in Mexico, like, I look back and the things that they did for my brother and I don't understand it. Like, it's amazing the things that they did for us and the love they showed us and the love they poured in. And I didn't see them all the time. I only saw them during the summer, but that short time of just feeling true, honest, innocent love from these two people who didn't have a lot but came from the heart of Mexico all the way to the States just to pick up me. Who am I? I'm nobody. Just so I didn't forget where I came
Came from.
from, who I am, who they are. So for me, if they did that, I feel like I can do that within us right now. And seeing them happy, knowing that they've gotten hurt, they're gonna get hurt, but I'm gonna try to prevent it as much as possible. Like, the biggest thing is like the kids spending the night at people's houses. I thought her daughter spent the night at somebody's house, and I in my
Crazy.
lost my shit in my head, right? Like, oh, so I finally had the balls to ask her, like, "You just let Gia spend the night here?" She's like, "What are you talking about? No, I didn't." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I thought you did." I was like, for a month, I was like,
It was just
going
eating at you.
because again, I worry. We don't know people. You don't know what happens at
Oh, my
night.
daughter
when-
is spending like nowhere.
Yeah.
No.
So for me, at all costs, I will protect. Even if I have to go against her and get my ass whooped, I'm still going to protect the
She ain't
kids.
going nowhere. Inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, we kind of went on a few
Yeah,
tangents
you
today.
sure.
We went all over the place. But I think for
You
the most
forgot
part,
all about the significant other. This poor guy.
I do think that if I have somebody, when I have somebody, because it's gonna happen, he definitely is gonna have to bring happiness to me. He's definitely gonna have to be fucking rainbows too. Oh, I just cussed really bad.
Yeah.
He's definitely gonna have to be. Let
We're
us
gonna
pray.
pray.
He's definitely going to. I couldn't date a Debbie Downer.
Oh no,
I
I don't think
couldn't.
anybody can.
Yeah.
Nah, some people can. I have to date.
Well, because they
somebody.
like to like look. If someone was to
Misery
date,
loves company.
no, if somebody was gonna try to date me, they would try to save me from me.
Yeah, some people
Oh.
try to fix people.
They would try
Yeah.
to save me from me. They would try to fix me. They would try to, and that's where you fucking up. That's stupid.
But see, there's one thing to be about being a Debbie Downer than being a realist.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Someone that's always negative in comparison to me, like I think of you, just somebody just being real and
Yeah.
just speaking to how it is. I like,
But no, people they think I'm a Debbie Downer. When they're like, man, why do you? I'm
but
just
those
being
are
honest.
sensitive people.
I'm just looking at what you're showing me, and
Yeah.
I smell bullshit, lies. I don't even know why
Some
we're
kind of
talking.
shit.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. I don't even know why we're talking because if you're not gonna have a real conversation,
Right.
You know what I mean, where you're hearing me, I'm hearing you, and like you're really like, if we're not gonna have that, then just stay the fuck away from me because I don't have the energy. I don't want to waste the energy. Or
Right.
if you're willing to have some real shit that you're not gonna like hearing. Yeah, I could take whatever you got to say to me that I'm not like hearing. Tom gives me some of that shit too. You know what I mean? Like, oh, look, this motherfucker. But it's cool. Like, you know what I mean? Because that's what I want. I want to equal.
Right.
I don't want
Yeah.
you to, I don't want a yes man. I don't want like, oh, okay, oh, like, get the fuck out of here. And don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's cool. All right, we're going to, but after a while, like, I don't know, because, you know, it really irks me. Like, yeah, I need, not like I need confrontation, but I need realness. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
there's a lot of people in this world do not like real.
No.
They lie like those people, and like a lot of them about that happiness shit. Like, oh, and don't get me wrong. Like, I hope to think that women our age are fulfilled, and that when they do meet a significant other, it does bring them their little happiness. They're at their 80, right, and then that little 20. Like,
Yeah.
but I also know women our age has been through a lot of fucking shit too, and they're not at their
But
80.
I-
They're at their 65. They're at their
Yeah.
70. And you know what? They do need that to be like, you know what? This ain't so bad.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, fucking Stella got her wings back. Or whatever.
Stella got a groove.
Yeah,
Her wings back.
Okay, she just combined Tom and
Yeah.
Stella together. But look at Tom. Like I wish he was here, but he's not because he, dogged us out again. But whatever. Yeah, Tom, that was a jab.
But I'm here.
He was going through some stuff, right? And he got his wings back. Like he had to go out there and figure some stuff out.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and kind of like Stella got her groove back but the
Well,
boy
because there's
version.
a lot of women that like remember
He got his
when I
feet
said
back.
Yeah.
about those boxes, they tried to do the right thing. I'm gonna be a good wife, and I'm gonna have the house, and I'm gonna be obedient. Yeah, he drinks every once in a while, but I'm gonna ignore that, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do all that. And then like you did all that, you didn't even end up happy, bitch. Now you back
Yep.
trying to like, and then now you got like what you did. Like you had to find out who you were. Now
Right.
you know what you don't like and what, but you lost
Absolutely.
yourself, and nothing wrong with it because when you in a relationship, when you grow with them in a relationship, you kind of forget, like right, because you adjust. You do so much
Yeah.
adjusting. You do it because of the kids. You do it because of your job. You do it because it works with your relationship. Now you done adjusted so much. Who the fuck are you?
Right. No.
Yep.
See, I'm never
And
forgetting
and all that and all that happened right when I got registered. Like I was just like, and I just started figuring out I'm just gonna work.
You just
work.
threw
That
yourself
was
into
that was
work.
it. That's because that was my mindset. Like
Yeah.
to kind of run away from what I was actually dealing with
Yeah.
and wanting to be around. And then after a while, I was like, you know what? I need to figure
Yeah.
out who I am, what I'm gonna do, and it started with taking some time off, days off, and kind of
Going
like
out there?
going out there.
And I
and
think
just
a
do
lot
my
of people
thing.
at our age do that. They have to reset.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad though if you think about it because you wasted all that time with somebody and
And then it
now you
didn't work out.
reset with somebody else.
But
Right.
sometimes your second half, somebody told me this, your second marriage is
Well, there's
always
nothing
your
wrong
best
with it,
marriage
yeah.
because you learned from the first, and now
Yeah,
your
but that-
second
I
half.
think that
but
happens
that-
with a lot of relationships, though, in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you're second.
But
That's
I-
why they say grandkids are the best because you're able to love them and be with them the way you weren't with your kids because kids, you're trial and error, right? Your first one.
That's
so-
why no, but that's
They
why they
just-
say with kids, no, and then they say grandkids, okay, yes, what do
Yeah,
you want? What
yeah.
do you need? I'll do this for you.
But Gia's kind of like Gia's kind of like a
Fuck you too.
grandkid.
No, I'm like, I'm just joking.
Get the fuck out of my house.
No, he's cool. He's cool.
If you don't
But if
quit-
I gotta pick between
love
my
it.
kid and him,
I love it.
you ain't winning, kid. You ain't winning.
See, I don't know if Loran or Seth had a kid.
Nah, my
I don't know. I'd
loyalty
be
to
like,
my
you
son.
gotta go. Give me my grandbaby.
My loyalty to my son. Like, if I gotta pick, you ain't winning. I don't care how much time I spend with you. It just went that quick. My son comes first.
See, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be torn, but I'm also torn between your kids and my kids, so I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Every time somebody runs into Michael, they're like, "Oh, you're Alina's." I'm her favorite. Like he literally says that.
Yeah.
And everybody knows when Michael walks in the house, oh, hallelujah. Like the golden child.
Yeah,
It's
you
almost like she's the dad and you're the mom.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
how it works
pretty
out.
much.
Yeah.
Mhm. I would have to.
Because when he
agree.
walks in my house, it's nothing. We didn't even know he passed by. Going straight to the room, and we're just still watching TV. Did you feel the breeze? Nah, mom.
Is the window open? Is the window open?
Oh my. Okay, on that note, we've exceeded our time.
Oh, damn.
Solomon, thank you so much for dealing with us.
Oh, no problem. Only thing I will say to everybody is happiness or fulfillment is a self-assessment. So no one can make you feel fulfilled. It's a matter of looking around at the things that you've committed to and deciding if they give you that balance and that satisfaction. So there
You
you go.
should have been a fucking therapist, man. I'm
Right?
telling you, he's good.
Would he make you forget your demons?
Nah.
Well,
So I'm just saying.
But he's good. No, like
He ain't that good.
He sounds like, oh, like, you know what I mean?
no,
Sometimes
I
it's like,
agree
oh,
with
okay.
you. Live with them. I mean, just know what the deal is.
Yeah.
Better the demons you know than the demons you don't know.
Yep.
That is
Right.
true. I lived with mine, but mine's too afraid of me now. I won't
Yeah.
let that demon. Nah, he ain't having. I'm good. Nope. Me and Jesus got this. We're good. But you know what, Solomon? You need to now make a new button that does the hallelujah thing because we've said it
Oh.
like 3 times.
Oh, we done it for
Yeah.
the button.
Now watch me go and find it, buy it, and then you guys never use it again.
You gotta find the one that says "Let us pray" too.
All right. Well, thank you guys, sis. I truly appreciate it. Even though, I'm all rainbows. Tony, oh my God. Thank you so much for always filling in. You're
Absolutely, absolutely.
awesome.
And only
Please-
one car alarm today. Huh.
Yeah, I know that was great.
Oh no, when we first got here, it scared me. And
Oh
I
yeah,
jumped.
she almost hit the tree.
Please watch on YouTube, listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I have
TikTok.
TikTok. Thank you. I need someone to do that. I don't know how to do TikTok. Instagram.
We all need someone to do TikTok.
Yeah, I don't. I need to find someone to do it because
What is there to do?
It's different than Instagram, and
Okay, look, we're usually going.
Yeah, yeah. We're going off a tangent. We'll talk
Yeah.
about this after.
Yeah.
thank you. And again, thank you so much for all the feedback. Thank you for all the comments. I greatly appreciate it. Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.